Hello everybody. Today, as we are in the electronics class, we will be learning a new concept, Ohm's law. So, anybody knows what Ohm's law is?
Um, like when you have greater resistance, have higher output, like powers. Is that right?
No, that's not correct.
Okay.
Let me define it first. Like, for understanding the Ohm's law, you need to first understand voltage, current, and resistance. So, let's first understand what voltage is. So, voltage consists of charge. So, do anybody know what a charge is?
Power.
Power? No, it's actually the physical property of a matter due to which it experiences a force when it is near a electric charge or a particle. And the charges is of two types, like positive and negative. So positive charge attracts negative charge, and the same, like negative charge repels negative charge. So the voltage is used to measure the power of a cell. I'm talking about the electric cell. So cell is represented as, this becomes the positive terminal, this becomes the negative terminal. So cell is nothing but it is a device used to obtain current and voltage due to chemical reactions. And when you combine one or more cells, that becomes a battery. Like when you combine one or more cells, that becomes a battery. And you measure the battery in terms of volts. Like if I say this battery is of 6 volts, then the potential difference between this point and this point is 6 volts. That means that these points are not at an equal level. Okay. So this becomes the voltage part. Now let's get back to the current. So current is nothing but the flow of electrons. As I said, that the charge consists of two parts, positive and negative. Positive charge is known as protons and negative charge is known as electrons. So the negative parts, that is of electrons, that is the flow of electrons, is known as current, and current always flows from positive to negative side. And the third comes is the resistor. So resistance is nothing but the opposition to the flow of current. So when the current flows from positive to negative side, there is a resistance which is applied due to the electric field in the opposite direction, and that constitutes resistor. So let us define the relation between these three things. Can I erase this one? Okay. So let me first state what the Ohm's law is. Ohm's law states that the potential difference across a circuit is directly proportional to the current flowing in the circuit. So if we consider a circuit which has a resistance, current flowing through it, and a potential difference across the applied across the circuit, where current is represented by I, voltage by V, and resistance by R. So what Ohm's law says is that the potential difference applied across the circuit is directly proportional to the current flowing through the circuit. So if you remove the proportionality sign, the equation becomes V is equal to IR, where R is nothing but constant. So as you go on increasing the voltage, resistance is constant, so I also goes on increasing. So the graph for this will be where this y-axis represent current and the x-axis represent voltage. So this is nothing but the Ohm's law. So let me give you one example. Like if the voltage applied across the circuit is 6 volts and the resistance is like 2 ohms. So can you tell me the current?
3.
So the current I is equal to 3 amperes, and I forgot, like the voltage is measured in volts, current in amperes, and resistance is measured in ohms. These are the units for these three quantities. So this is the Ohm's law. Now, do anybody have a question in this topic?
So you said R is constant, so this
R is constant.
Yeah, so it can be of any value, or
Yeah,
it has
it can take, R is constant, like R is 2 ohms, so it is constant. And when you apply a voltage of 6 volts, so the current should be of 3 amperes.
Yeah.
But like if you change the voltage, the current will also change across the circuit. So like if you take voltage as 8 volts, like if you increase the voltage, current across the circuit will go on increasing from 3 ampere to 4 ampere.
So instead of changing the voltage, can we change the current as well?
Yeah, you can change the current as well. So that will apply in practical circuit. You can't change the current, but if you want to change the current, automatically you will have to change the voltage itself. Okay, so let me erase this thing. So next topic is capacitor. Capacitor is a device that is used to store current. As we have learned, the current, this is a device that stores current, and it can be used whenever you want in the next time. And the capacitor is represented as 2 arrows. So, and it is connected to a battery, which also have a resistance, and this can be a battery, positive and a negative. So whenever charge flows through this capacitor, it gets charged, and it can be used whenever you want. Okay, so that's it for